Hello, welcome to another video of Spanish the Natural Way. El español de la forma natural. Today I'm going to talk about por y para. Yes, these two are sometimes difficult to use because they might have different translations according to what they're doing in the sentence. That's it. In other words, we cannot say that the verb comer, usually translated as eat, comer, eat. It's only one translation. Different conjugations, but because of tenses. But in this case, sorry because of the example, but it's totally different. Or para, they don't have an only one translation, as the verb that I told you a few seconds ago. But the translation is going to depend on the sentence, the phrase, and the context they are used in. Meaning that it's not good to memorize just a translation, but just what they are doing in the sentence. And you know what they are doing in the sentence because we know what we want to say. For example, if I want to say that I bought a present for my wife, I know the reason why I'm going to use the word para. Compré, I bought a present, un regalo for my wife, para mi esposa. Okay, she is going to be the recipient. So I have also, the lesson on my blog, the easiest guide to use them correctly, por y para. We know about this. They are very common prepositions and you need them every day in every single conversation. Yes, we know that. Now we know we have to state how to use them. I have compiled some popular phrases to show you in a direct and simple way situations where we usually use por and para. I have placed them alone next to their translation and also on the other side, the function they're doing in that sentence, trying to help you memorize how to use them. You're going to remember this phrase and you know the purpose it's doing on this sentence, function. I hope this is going to help you to remember which one is the correct one. First one, por. Lo hice por ti. So you are the reason why I made this. Usually, this is a tough one because it's pretty close to the purpose. Reason and purpose are two things that sometimes are hard to separate because you are the reason why I'm doing this, meaning that you are also the one that maybe is going to receive it. But let's see only that I was doing this for you, and maybe you're going to give this to another person. Okay, so you are the reason. You pay me to do something, so I did it for you, or you are a good person, I want to do a favor to you. Second one, means of transportation, los medios de transporte. Te voy a llamar por teléfono. I'm going to call you on the phone. Siempre viajo por avión. You can see that in parentheses I wrote N because it's the most common one, but still we can use por. Siempre viajo por avión. I always travel by plane. You can notice that here we don't have para on the other side. Now, the way we do something, manner, meaning that I did it following the instructions. Lo hice por el método. That's the way I did it. Maybe lo hice feliz. Also, that's the way I did it. So in this case, we are going to use only por. As you can see, no place for para. Next one, you can use the two of them, different purpose. Lugar de paso. When we're passing by, voy a pasar por la calle donde trabajas. Busco. It's just context. The only important part, pasar por la calle. I'm going to pass by the street where you work. So if you want to say someone in Spanish, you're going to pass by somewhere, you know that you need to use por. But if you're going to talk about destination, where you're bound to, it's better to use para, is the correct one. Voy para la playa because it's implying direction. And the other one is just letting the other person know that you're passing by. Intention. You know the intention you have before you're going to speak, right? Now we also use them for moment. This is an interesting one. If you're talking about the moment where you're going to do the action, por, lo haré por la tarde, por la mañana, por la noche, afternoon, morning, night. If you are talking about a deadline, meaning that the thing is going to be done by that moment, on that moment, we need to use para. So, lo haré para mañana. Estará listo para mañana. It will be ready. Lo haré para mañana. Remember, please, that you can visit my blog, Pedro C. Marin, and you can find all this information. Now, remember the first example that I told you, the recipient. Lo compré para ti, the present that I bought for my wife. I bought it for you, to give it to you. And here's what I told you, that sometimes the reason might be on the same dish, so it will be hard to understand the difference. So let me tell you something. When you need to use it in this context, it's not really that important. If you tell me, lo compré por ti, or lo compré para ti, they are pretty close. They don't mean the same, but they are pretty close, so you might be safe. Next one, purpose. Notice that these two or cannot be used for these two actions. Purpose, lo hice para ganar dinero. So I did it so I could earn money. Lo hice para ganar dinero. That's the intention of the sentence. What's behind your intention? It's not the same thing as the reason, you know. The reason is a little bit different. Expecting something here and the purpose. Author, only for por, usually on the passive voice, fue hecho por los mecánicos. It was made by the mechanics. And the last one, only para, el árbol es tan alto como para tocar el techo. The tree is tall enough to touch the ceiling. The tree is tall enough that it touches the ceiling, barely, almost, only para. And notice that I bold these two words because that's the complete thing. So para alone won't work. After this, you can find in the lesson some exercises. Here, you need to choose the correct option. So lo hice por ti. You are the reason, right? You need to match. So you need to find here the reason, causa o motivo. And you can, you know that this one belongs there. Viajo por avión. I always travel by plane. Siempre viajo por avión, means of transportation. Here it is. Lo haré por la tarde. Meaning that that's the moment when you're going to do it. It's not a deadline. Lo haré por la tarde. I will do it in the afternoon. Moment of the day. Estudio, that's the reason. Estudio para aprender español. Okay, that's the reason. I studied to learn Spanish because I want to learn. No, that's the purpose. This is the purpose. I'm learning in order to learn Spanish. The reason will be because you're going to Spain. Let's say that you live in the United States, you live in Scotland, and you need to move to Spain because you need to work, you need to move to Venezuela because you found a job. That will be a reason. So, necesito aprender español por mi viaje a Venezuela, por mi nuevo trabajo. That's a reason. But here, estudio para aprender español. I'm studying in order to learn Spanish. So this one is purpose. That's why we are using para. Lo dijo por teléfono. Still a means of transportation, so we still use por. Lo tengo para mañana. It will be ready for tomorrow. Deadline. Pasé por la casa de Ana. Remember the place? When we are passing by, we need to use por. Lo hice para mi familia. In order to give it to them. Purpose. Recipient. Fue escrito por Gabriel García Márquez, a brilliant Colombian. Fue escrito por, passive voice, by Gabriel García Márquez. And the last one, el café no estaba tan caliente como para que te quemaras. The coffee was not so hot to burn you. It was not enough hot to burn you, to burn yourself. And the answers for this, completa las oraciones con la preposición correcta. Lo hice, the two of them I work, just a different function. Lo hice por ti, you are the reason. Lo hice para ti, you're the recipient, you're the purpose of the action. You know why you are going to say this. Viajo por avión. Estudio para aprender español. Es un regalo para ti. This is for you. This is for you. Voy para Madrid, my destination. And the translation of these sentences, lo hice para ti o por ti. Viajo por avión. Estudio español. Estudio para aprender español. Es un regalo para ti y voy para Madrid. So I hope this video help you learning and understanding how to use por and para, and also as a guide. So you know that if you have it on your phone, you can just check at any moment that you need to review if you have any doubt when you're understanding something. Please visit my place for other videos, and I will see you next time. I hope you have enjoyed this video.